right, welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, we're joined by the one and only Cha-Cha Charlie, the Latin dancing machine lighting up the indie scene. From Bash at the Brew Classics to reppin' La Cultura, in and out of the ring, we get into it all. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on! Hola, primo.
Hey, what's going on, man? Very, very subdued intro this week compared to what I brought last week.
Yeah, man. It just, I'm always excited to connect with you, man, because we always have a good time together and we always have fun and all that stuff. But like, I'm just trying to contain my excitement because we have a very special episode, another special episode. What?
Ooh, what do we got today, man? What do we got today? Let them know.
Ooh, okay, brother. So tonight we're joined by a true showman in every sense of the word. Okay. He's the pride of the Latino community, and whether he's tearing it up in CCW or getting it in West Side Gun's Fourth Rope Wrestling promotion, right? This man brings energy, rhythm, and most importantly, he brings heart every time he steps into the ring.
Dig it.
Yeah, man. And so let's give a big Primos for Life welcome to the one, the only, Cha-Cha Charlie. Yeah, let's bring him on.
Hey.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
¿Qué lo que? What is good?
¿Cómo vamos, papá? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien?
Tranquilo, my primos for life. Hey.
Ya tú sabes. Thank you, man. Gracias, hermano. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today, giving a little bit of the time, which we know is quite valuable. So muchísimas gracias for that. And, thank you also for what you're doing for the culture here in terms of for our people in wrestling. So we wanted I wanted to take a second to thank you before we even got started with anything. A, for your time, and B, for just everything you do, man. Thank you so very much. It's good that we have representation because that really matters nowadays. So from the bottom of our hearts, wholeheartedly, thank you kindly.
Thank you for having me. You guys are my primos for life.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for the cool shirt. I love it. It has the Dominican flag, the culture.
That's right.
Custom, brother.
Primos, we're representing.
Yeah, man. Then, and also I want to take this opportunity to, to give you your flowers as well, Cha-Cha, because you know what? I've had the pleasure of actually seeing you in the ring and just your energy, your charisma, and just the connection with the crowd. Like, it's just next level, man. And beyond the moves and beyond the moments, what really stands out, to me and to us really is just what you do for La Cultura. You know what I mean? And you represent Latinos with pride, with joy, and with such authenticity. And you have no idea how incredible that is, man. And especially in a space where that doesn't always, they don't always give Latinos, the shine to be able to showcase that. So I got to say, on behalf of, Primos for Life, it's been exciting to watch your journey unfold. And we're truly, we've been looking forward to this conversation because we not only do we just want to learn more about you, but we really want to give our listeners a chance to really understand the big heart that's behind Cha-Cha Charlie. So let's get it, brother. You know what I'm saying? You deserve the flowers, brother. You do.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful. I'm glad, that you guys notice what I'm doing. It's for the culture, man. The Latinos, we're here and we need, some type of representation. We have, we have a lot of Latinos doing it, but, my style's different and, I'm trying to do everything, to get us noticed,
Yeah, wonderful. Man. Well, you're doing a great job, brother. You're doing a great job. So, well, let me start off by doing just a kind of our opening standard question that we ask all of our guests. do you recall that one moment where you you noticed wrestling, like you noticed it was on, it kind of got you, like you were there, you know? It was, for me, it was, I remember just watching it with my grandfather on his lap watching Univision. You know, Eddie was the famed Undertaker, and Kane, when Kane made his debut, like that one moment where you're just like, oh my god, like what is this? And you know, how do I get, you know, what more of it and all of it? And you know, do you remember that moment? That's, or did you have a moment like that, or was it, you know, something
Yeah.
different?
So wrestling is in my blood. My uncle, he was a wrestler in the Dominican Republic. His name was La Momia de Santiago, and he was very popular. You know, anytime I would go to DR as a little kid, they would treat him like a superstar. And just seeing that, I was like, man, who's my uncle? Like, well, why is he so cool? Why is he so famous?
Right.
And then one time, he had a wrestling show in New York. It was probably an indie show. Um, but but I went in the ring. I was probably like 4 or 5. I went in the ring. I hit the ropes. I threw a drop kick, and that was my first experience. Even being involved in wrestling.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that I can say that that's one of the moments. The the moment that captured me was when Hulk Hogan, who's my childhood hero, who passed away today,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Um, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. The passing of the guards.
Mm-hmm. So
Um,
I think it was Mania 6, I want to say something like that. I
yeah,
want to,
Mania
yeah.
6. Um, you know, he was my hero, and when he lost, I was just crying, crying, crying. I wouldn't stop crying.
Yeah, man.
My dad, my mom had to to try to calm me down, but it hurt me, and yeah, I guess that was the big moment for me, where everything started.
Just kind of click, like,
Yeah,
oh, this is like something that I want to see and be a part of and just do. Nice, nice.
exactly.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, that's so awesome. Okay, so then, let's fast forward just a little bit then, right? Just, for our listeners to get to know the Cha Cha Charlie, right? Because one of the things that we picked up on is like your energy is just so infectious in the ring, dude. You get everybody captivated. I mean, you just make people dance, you make people like get out of their seats. And then the question is like, how did the Cha Cha Charlie persona come to life? Like, how did that even become a thing?
Um, so me being Dominican, my we Dominicans love dancing, they love to party, and
Yeah.
I wanted to incorporate my culture to my fighting style, to my wrestling style. At practice, I would always, dance merengue, dance bachata. I would do moves and then, throw a little bachata in there.
Mhm.
Um, and that's what, what everyone started, they were like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's different. And I stood out by doing that. And once I started wrestling, the crowd tend to like my dancing. And then the fact that I would do a dance and then hit my opponent right after, they grasped to it, and then yeah, everyone just thought it was a thing, and it grew. It was, like you said, it was infectious. The crowd loves it, and Tata Charlie's just is a brand now. It's a thing, and everyone loves it, and I'm just happy to that it's evolved the way it's evolved today.
Right.
Yeah, man, for sure. And it's like, I mean, clearly, I mean, you're not the only one with merch today, right? I mean, with the Mongoose
There you
splash,
The
go.
Mangoose Splash
The
shirt.
Mangu, Mangu.
yeah, man. It's like you're really tapped into the Dominicano culture in your wrestling style. So we definitely see that.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So it seems like, you know, there's a lot of stereotypes, you know, for Latino wrestlers, and you said that, you know, you just dancing and the feeding off the crowd because they were giving you that vibe, like, kind of worked. So that's why you started going with that route, I guess, as opposed to doing something else because it worked for you. But I mean, how do you see the way, you know, the Latino culture is being portrayed in wrestling today, when it's, you know, when it could be, you know, someone is like yourself who's dancing, leaning into it, or, you know, anything else, you know, just luchadors, or, you know, Eddie had the lie, cheat, steal kind of thing. Like, so what are your thoughts on where we are as a people being portrayed in terms of in wrestling?
I mean, I think I still fit the stereotype. You know, I come out with sombrero. I come out dancing, all that stereotype still, but I wanted to make it bigger than life. I still wanted to keep the stereotype, but I just wanted to make it bigger, and I want them, I wanted people to notice that yeah, we have the stereotype, but hey, uh, this guy, he's not only dancing, he's here kicking ass. He's here
Right.
doing moves. He could go. He could go with the best, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to have that stereotype still, but I wanted to show everybody that I'm not just here to dance. I'm not just here to have a good time. I'm here to show that I could put on a show, that I'm very entertaining, and I could fight, I could wrestle, I could keep up with the best of them. I could do everything and more. Um, and that's how the whole Cha Cha Charlie persona. Even my name is pretty stereotypical.
Yeah.
Cha Cha Charlie. Um, that was my goal, and I think I'm doing the right thing right now.
Okay. All right. We hear you. We hear you, man. So
Now, what type of stereotype do you mean by
Well, no, I'm saying there was a lot of stereotypes for Latinos in wrestling. So I just didn't know you leaned into it, and that's your gimmick. But I'm saying in terms of like, what do you see in terms of, because I like even in WD right now, like they started pairing Phoenix and Andrade. Why? Because they're two luchador style quote unquote wrestlers. So they just put them together
Yeah.
as a team, stuff like that. So I just want to see where you thought it was going in terms of positive or negative stereotypes.
I think it's positive. As long as they're giving us the light, the form, the platform, and we make the best out of it. Because yeah, they keep putting, but I think they do that with everybody.
Yeah.
They'll put blacks with the blacks and the white with the whites. They'll put I think they do that with everybody. It's just fits in. I mean, No Way Jose. No Way Jose before that. When he was doing the Indies, he was like really carrying the Dominican flag for us. When he went to the WWE, they completely changed it. They gave him a Congo line. They
Well,
messed up his
right.
gimmick, and I wasn't a fan of the gimmick they gave him, because I felt like he could have done more for the Dominican culture, for the Latino culture.
Right.
But they didn't give him that. They didn't give him that opportunity. With me, I wanna carry this gimmick to the moon. I don't want to just go to the WWE and they give me something brand new.
Right.
Right.
But what I want is, I want to carry Cha Cha Charlie. I want to be Cha Cha Charlie, and that's the goal. The goal is to take Cha Cha Charlie to the moon.
Yeah. And that's actually what I was gonna say too, that you actually went ahead and embraced the stereotypes, right? So mostly Latino wrestlers will try to find something else, like a Damian Priest, for example. He's very goth or, punk kind of wrestler, what I mean, but still throw in the Boricua style in there.
Exactly.
But you really just dove into it. And, actually that kind of leads us into the next question where um when it comes to the ideas and just the thoughts of challenges, right? Like what challenges did you face like breaking into the indie scenes, but then also um did the Cha Cha Charlie persona like hurt you in the beginning, or like because you embraced it so much you that wasn't really an issue, but there were just other issues in breaking into the business?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy because you're competing with a lot of people. There's a lot of
Right.
young kids that really want to go to the WWE, that their only focus is wrestling. I have a lot of challenges. I have a family. I started when I was 30, so I started kind of late in the game. Um, so what was the next step for me? What would I would do once I have the character? Now the next step is to try to get bookings outside of the promotion that I train with. That was some of the challenges. Me sending emails to promoters, trying to show them who I am. They have no clue who I am. When they see my videos, they probably didn't like it. They wasn't a fan of it. They probably like, oh, we already have this type of gimmick over here. So that was some of the challenges. I try to throughout the time when I was wrestling, I try to build my brand, keep getting better in the ring, and then also show that I'm pretty good at what I do. And now when it comes to bookings, now promoters are answering my emails. Now I don't even reach out; people are reaching out to me.
Nice.
Um, so it's a process, but it's something that if you really want it, you have to push hard, find your gimmick, find your persona, and do everything possible to get booked and get seen by the right people.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
yeah, it makes total sense. All right. So you had a match with El Jefe Santos at Bash at the Brew 11 that received a lot of great reviews from fans and critics. So, what was it about that particular match or working with him that was made that chemistry so special and seemed to work so well?
Well, El Jefe, he's a CCW veteran, CCW Coastal Championship Wrestling. Um, when I was just getting started, he was the franchise. He was the main guy. He's been the CCW heavyweight champion multiple times. He's held the tag team title, the Southeastern title. He did everything to put CCW in the map, and he's the guy that I looked up to. And that match, it was basically the passing of the torch. It was the passing of the torch. It was for the CCW heavyweight title. Uh, at that moment, uh, the the fans were behind me. They really wanted to see that moment where I finally won the CCW heavyweight title, and it's it's probably one of the best matches that I've ever had. The chemistry was there. Again, I look up to El Jefe Santos. Um, he was also kind of on the way out. He was retiring. Hopefully he hasn't officially retired because he's that good. He's really good.
Wow,
He's Puerto Rican descent. He represents for the Puerto Rican culture.
nice.
Um, but yeah, just he saw something in me. He realized that Cha Cha Charlie was the move, and and it was the passing of the torch. That's why the chemistry was there. A lot of again, I look up to him. A lot of the moves, I do a lot of his moves. He helped me train. He was there when I was training, and that I think that's why the chemistry was there because he knew me good, and I knew him good. It wasn't the
Mhm.
first time I fought him, but it was the moment, the time, the place, and we created magic that day, and thanks to him, now I'm the franchise of CCW.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Deal it.
Dante, okay, Chacha. So mira, you know, I had the pleasure of like hanging out with you a few weekends back, at the Kissimmee show and then at Tampa with the two CCW events. Shout outs to CCW, fantastic shows. And in our one-on-one and when we were talking, man, you're just like all over the place. The fact that you went from Kissimmee to, Tampa and then back to New York and to Puerto Rico and then over here and then over there. And then to most recently, you hit me up and you're like, or we were talking rather, and you were like, oh, yo, I'm at Slammiversary at TNA. And I was like, wait, what? Like, como? Like, how? Brother. So to break into the next question, right? Being a wrestler, an entertainer, and a family man, dude, like what's the hardest part about juggling all of it? And like what keeps you grounded, dude? Because dude, you're all over the place. You like, you know what I mean? If you really paid attention, you're everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I'm working, man, working hard. I love this. This is what keeps my sanity. Uh, you know, uh, uh, I'm a family man. I have to take care of my kid. I work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Um, it's not easy, but there's a lot of people that look up to me. There's a lot of people that depend on me, and even if they're not related to me or there's people there that are watching me right now, and hopefully, I'm an inspiration and someone that people could look up to and see what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, like you said, I'm all over the place, man. Nonstop. I have 3 shows this week.
Oh
I got
man.
2 shows in Florida, one in Okeechobee, one in Vero Beach, and then one in Texas. Um, yeah, so and
Man.
then yeah, but yeah, no, I got to stay focused, man. Again, it's not easy, but again, I love what I do, and there's a lot of people counting on me, and that's what motivates me and keeps me going.
Oh man, that's beautiful, brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, family. I mean, without that, I mean, what really matters? So, but it's good to see, that, you know, like because we always say that we want our listeners to get into wrestling and to see the human side of it, and I think something like that always makes it, clear to them. You are a family man. You do work the 9 to 5. You do this as well, and you love it as much as you do, and that's great. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get into a quick question about you've wrestled, some stars like Moose and Steve Macklin, people like that. What did those matches with people who are in bigger organizations teach you about yourself?
Well, what it taught me is that I could keep up with the best of them.
That's good.
That that I belong. I belong there with them. Steve Macklin, he's a heavy hitter. He's really good inside and outside of the ring. He's a great guy. When I was wrestling him, I was like, oh, I'm in for it now. And same with Moose, same with Carlito. Um, not to take away from everyone else who's not a big name. But being in there is just a different ball game, because they've been on TV. They seen the big picture, and just for me to keep up with them, show them that I'm just as good. Uh, it basically shows me that I'm ready for this, man. I'm ready for the bigger picture too.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, okay. So then on that same chain of thought then, um, you know, well maybe you may have already answered this with the match with Santos, pero maybe not. But do you recall or can you remember like that one moment in your career where you truly felt like, oh yeah, like I belong here? Was it that moment when you won the championship, or was it a number of moments, or was it a different moment?
Many moments, a lot of them, but one of my favorite moments, one of the big moments was when I faced the real one Enzo
Yeah.
in Chicago, um, for fourth rope. It was the first time. It was almost like it was TV. The production was TNA production. Um, Basically, about 8,000 people. There was a lot of people there. I performed in front of a crowd in Chicago that I didn't think they would know who I was. Uh, but during the match, they were chanting my name. After the match, they were chanting my name. Um, you know, I, it was a great match. Enzo did a great job. He put me over, but he did win the match.
Uh,
But the way the match was, the way the we also have great chemistry. We're pretty good with each other. Um, just the crowd reaction afterwards. Again, I was not expecting the crowd from Chicago to show me that love, and the way they chanted my name before and after basically was the one of those big moments where I was like, yeah, I think I belong on TV.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. So that prompted for a side question because you said something about
Yeah.
the crowd in Chicago. So in that case, how was the crowd in your recent travels to Paris? Because I remember we were gonna schedule that week to record, but you're like, I can't, bro. I'm gonna be in Paris, do my thing out there. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I just see you cutting promos in the streets of France. Like, so how was that crowd? How was that experience? How was that vibe?
Uh, it's good. It's a different country, a different experience. Again, I would not expect them to know who I am, but the the fourth rope following, it's a big cult, and to have people chant cha cha with their accent, sha ja ja was
That's
was
awesome.
amazing. That was the experience. That was what I was looking forward to, and it happened. And again, also something I couldn't believe. In a different country like Paris, people from France, chanting my name loud. That was one of the biggest moments for me this year. And I'm honored. I'm grateful for this for everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad I asked, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, ja, 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 ja.
That's awesome. That's
And,
awesome.
and they were dancing merengue over there. I had them dancing,
Sweet.
Yeah.
and we were all celebrating and dancing all night long.
Nice.
Cha-cha's worldwide, man. Oh, that's crazy.
International cha-cha.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
That's
Yeah.
it. Get it. Get it. So the Florida indie scene
Mhm.
is hot right now. Like, what do you think separates that from some of the other regions in terms of their indie wrestling scene? Or do you think there is a distinction?
Yeah, there is, because there's a lot of competition here. There's a lot of different promotions throughout the whole Florida. There's a lot of wrestlers. Everyone's competing with each other. Everyone's trying to, get that opportunity. Everyone's trying to get paid. Everyone's trying to wrestle. Um, Again, it's the competition. Again, with the WWE, NXT being in Orlando, the training center is in Orlando. Um, there's a lot of schools out here now. House of Glory is out here. Coastal Championship Wrestling, we have a school in down, South Florida. um it's just a lot of wrestling going on here. And what are you going to do to stand out? What are you going to do to get booked? What are you going to do to be better than the others? And again, there's so much wrestling over here in Florida. I don't really know how it is in other states. I know in other states there's a lot of wrestling everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But the competition down here is pretty big, because again, there's a lot of people that come down here. And again, with WWE being down here, this is the place to be. Florida is the place to be. If you want to get seen, you wrestle in Florida, and there's a good opportunity, good chance for you to be seen by the WWE people.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nice, nice. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, that does make complete sense. I mean, if their training centers down there, then yeah, that's where you would want to be, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So then, being that we were talking about like other regions, and so going back to fans, right? Like you expressed that you had no idea that the Chicago crowd was ready for you, that the French crowd was ready for you. So like you got fans from all over the world, but we also have fans from the Latino community. You know what I mean? And that little piece of it, like, what does that representation mean to you? Like, what is what do you feel when you go to a show and you got like a little Latino dancing bachata contigo, and just vibing out and getting lost with this superhero that they see? Like, what does that mean to you?
It means that I'm doing something right. For example, I come out with the sombrero. A lot of people interpretates that the sombrero means that I'm Mexican. But sombreros, it's in all land cultures. But it's my style. Before everything, I was coming. Since wrestling is big in Mexico, wrestling is big in Puerto Rico. Um, I would cater more to a lot, the Mexican crowd, the Puerto Rican crowd. I tried to cater to the Dominican crowd, but the Dominican crowd is big in baseball, big in basketball. It's not big for wrestling. So I wanted to get noticed by the Dominican people, but they wasn't giving me the love that the Mexicans were, that the Puerto Ricans were. So that's why I have my theme song from Anthony Santos.
Mhm.
As soon as my music hits, everyone stands up,
Mhm.
everyone starts dancing, and everyone knows it's cha-cha time. Everyone knows it's cha-cha Charlie. So the first thing I do when my song hits, it touches everyone, not just the Latino culture, but everyone in that arena. They're like, "Oh, I like the song, I like it," and that's the first step. The second step is getting in the ring, having the crowds chant cha-cha. Once they start chanting cha cha, it's cha cha time. And then I started wrestling, and then when they see my wrestling skills, uh, everyone just could resonate with me. They feel the love, they feel the sympathy. They're they're behind me. They're rooting for me, and that's the goal. And now all of a sudden I went viral with the Dominican community, and now the Dominicans are like, "Oh my, we got a Dominican wrestler."
Yeah.
Uh,
They had you the whole time. What are you
they
talking
had
Yeah.
it the whole time. The whole
about?
10 years, 10, 11 years that I've been doing this, I've been here, and finally, the fact that they're behind me now, they're supporting me, and it means the world to me, and I'm just honored and grateful that the Latino community it's behind me. Again, it's the music, it's the name, it's the
Yeah.
moves. Um, my time is now, and hopefully not only the Latinos, I want everyone to be
Of
behind my
Yeah.
course,
back.
of
All
You
the
course,
know,
love,
of
baby. All the
course.
love. That's
I
right.
need all the love right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who
Yeah.
But of
doesn't? Yeah.
course, the Latinos, because Primos is for life.
There you go.
Gracias por eso.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, no, but it's so funny that you say that, right? Because, especially in New York, right? Like, I know like mad Dominicanos that love wrestling, bro, and that's wild to me that they didn't like gravitate to you right away. Because let me tell you, bro, if we had an Equa luchador or wrestler or something, bro, best believe
All
we
over it.
would behind, we be jumping on that
All over it.
bandwagon real quick, man, because you know what I'm saying? Like, because like, again, we always want to see ourselves in there. You know what I mean? And especially like hot places like New York and even in Florida, there's a lot of Dominicanos and Puerto Ricanos. Like, it's just shocking to hear that they didn't gravitate to you right away. But then again, they always say, like, I forget who it was that said it, but I know in wrestling they always say you're a 10-year overnight sensation. You know what I mean? Like, you've been doing it for 10 years, but I mean, you're out there now. You're hot, bro. You're like you said, your time is now, man.
Right.
So
yeah, I
man,
mean, all it takes is one moment,
yeah,
and the my moment was against Enzo. Enzo was, cutting his promo in the ring. He was taking too long. The crowd was getting frustrated, and then all it took was my music to hit, and the crowd went bonkers. And
yeah, bro.
that clip went viral. It put me on the map, and with my culture, with my Dominican
That's it.
community, and they were like, "Oh wow, that's our song. Oh wow, he's one of us. Oh
Yeah,
wow, he's a wrestle." You know,
Oh, he could wrestle. That's great.
uh,
That's great. All right.
yeah.
So, if a fan were to come up to you and said that they wanted to get into wrestling, or someone came up to you and said they wanted to get into wrestling, what is the most important piece of advice that you would give to this person who was thinking of entering this industry?
I would tell them, believe in yourself. First of all, believe in yourself. Keep going. Don't stop. If this is something that you really want to do, you have to take this to the moon. You have to promote yourself. You have to put yourself out there, because people could train you, people could tell you a lot of different things, but no one's gonna push you harder than yourself. um I think that's what happened with me. I pushed myself to the limit. I'm still pushing myself. I am my own brand. So do everything possible to push you. You push your gimmick, push your brand. uh don't stop. Just keep wrestling. Keep pushing keep going, and if you keep going, you'll see that something's gonna come out of it. And just don't quit. Keep going.
Perseverance, perseverance. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
great.
man. Okay, so entonces, Chacha, to kind of bring this home, um, you say keep pushing, keep wrestling, both literally and figuratively in life. Whatever you're trying to achieve, just keep going through the fight, right? So in that same vein, for you, what are some of your goals like moving forward? Are there, can you give us dream opponents from this point on, championships, titles that you want to capture, or even a promotion that you actually want to, really sink your teeth in? I know you made an appearance on AEW as well. and I know how that worked out, right? Nobody knew that you were going to be there, and then the fans, once they saw you, they were behind you, and it wasn't supposed to go down that way. So I did see the video, and I was like, man, Cha-Cha, people know Cha-Cha, bro. People know him. So with that being said, like, since give us a 5-year plan, right? Like, what's in your 5-year plan?
Right now, since the light is on me, my goal is to wrestle for one of the major companies. If it's not the WWE, AEW, TNA, that's the ultimate goal. I want to wrestle there. Even if it's a year, 2 years, I want to wrestle for one of the promotion and say, I didn't. But at the end of the day, that's not if I make it there or I don't. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep wrestling until something comes out of it. I mean, something is already coming out of it. Um, I'm just very passionate, and I just love wrestling. Wrestling is in my blood, and if I can't wrestle anymore, I still want to be involved. As a producer, camera. I went to school for film production, so there's a lot that I bring to the table. And now that I know a lot about wrestling, I know a lot about the ins and out. There's a lot that I bring to the table, and I think wrestling is gonna be involved with me for the rest of my life. And so if I'm in the big leagues, great. If I'm not, great. I'm still gonna do this until the wheels falls off. Because this is something I'm very passionate about. I love wrestling, and I'm here. I'm here to stay. It's cha-cha time.
There you
well,
go.
yeah, I mean, being involved in any capacity, like you said, is, learning some of the way the background stuff works, cameras, booking, stuff like that. That just only makes you more valuable, and it helps keep you in the game longer. So it's great that you're educated yourself and things like that to kind of give yourself a longer tenure down the line for whenever you do stop actually being in the ring. So that's very intelligent. That's awesome. I have just another quick question, just because you mentioned that Hulk Hogan was your favorite wrestler, and we did lose him today. So I just wanted to know what is your Hulk Hogan moment? Like, what is your favorite Hulk Hogan moment? Like, if you could pin one, I mean, maybe there's like 2 or 3 that you're just like, oh, it's one of these. Like, but what is what's one of them if not the one?
The creating of NWO, the day he turned, that's the biggest moment for me.
Bash at the Beach, yes.
Bash at the Beach. Um, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. But since I'm a Hulk Hogan Hulkamaniac, I'm I jumped the bandwagon, and I became NWO with him.
Nice.
So that
Nice.
if I was to ever turn heel, which I'm not, but if I was, I want something similar. I want people to be very upset. I want to see kids crying.
Wow.
I want people to throw garbage at me. I want to break hearts.
You want to get that emotion. You want to invoke emotion in people. That's what you want.
I want to feel hurt afterwards too by knowing that I did something wrong.
But
yeah,
okay,
that's one of my biggest moments for Hulk Hogan.
Nice.
But Charlie, you're not gonna get out of this that easily, okay? But what about dream opponents? Like, we like to ask the pros, right? Like, if you could pick somebody that you could, main event WrestleMania with, or main event, All In with, or Slammiversary with, who in the current active roster would you go after, to have that match? And the other pro question that we like, the part 2 to that is, what about like a legend? Like, if they passed or they retired or that kind of thing. Who are your choices? We want to hear that.
I think my dream opponent, my dream match would be the perfect match. It would be Cha-Cha Charlie versus Chris Jericho.
Nice.
I think we would create magic. I think he would bring the best out of me. I think Chris Jericho would be the perfect heel. Um, I think he would know how to work my gimmick. better than anyone else. Yeah, Cha-Cha Charlie versus Chris Jericho. There's a video out there on YouTube where he's giving me a personal shout out. He's making fun of me a little bit, but it's cool. But he knows who I am, so we're getting there.
Yeah, take that, absolutely. Yeah.
Dang. Okay. And then what about like I know he's like technically he's active, right? Because he's still wrestling.
Because he's still wrestling. Yeah.
But like, how about like a legend, like someone that isn't wrestling, like a Bret Hart, a Shawn Michaels, something like that. Like if you could have like an all time, a Goldberg maybe, right?
Oh, no. Oh no.
Nah, I don't want to get squashed.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, good question. A legend. Well, one legend that I think I would love to wrestle would have been Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
Yeah, that we got the same style, but Eddie's style is a lot better. Eddie Guerrero versus Cha-Cha Charlie, that would have been a dream opponent of mine. And, he's also one of my heroes. He's someone that I do look up to. He's someone that that I emulate a lot of his moves. Yeah, I would have loved that moment with Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, man, that'd be a match. That'd be a match for sure, bro, because it's like the best of the frog splash. And it's funny too, because when we first started this podcast, one of our first episodes, in the first beginning, we ranked like the best frog splashes. You know what I mean? But Cha-Cha was not on our radar, man, because had you been, you may have.
We didn't know back then.
We didn't know. We were fresh. We were fresh. We were green.
We were green, man. We were very, very green.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll let you get away with it because it's not a frog splash; it's the mango splash.
That's right. See that? See? So he's right. He gave us the out. He gave us the out. We got to take it. Mongoose splash.
Right, yes.
I'll tell you, you're the best mongoose splash I've ever seen. How about that one?
There you go. Number one. Top
and
one.
The only one. And the only one.
Oh man, Cha-Cha. Well, listen, we want to thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for doing this, brother, because let me tell you something. I was telling Ariel, our hangouts, our chats, everything that we spoke about behind the scenes. I was like, dude, we got to get Cha-Cha on. He is such a fantastic human being. He's funny. He's awesome. And you really are a captivating person. And we'll be, watching and we'll be supporting any way that we could support you and get your information out there. We always like to give our talent or, the opportunity to go ahead and just share with our listeners where they could find you, give them all your handles, however you want to be contacted or found, by all means, sir. Now's the time.
Floor is yours.
The floor is yours, man.
Thank you. Well, Instagram, it's Cha-Cha Time. Twitter, X, it's Cha-Cha Time. Facebook, Cha-Cha Charlie. YouTube, Cha-Cha Charlie TV. Pro Wrestling Tees, Cha-Cha Charlie. Go ahead and support. I'm easy to get with. I'm easy to talk to. Reach out to me. I will respond back to everyone. So just talk to me. Just hit me up. Let me know. If you want to see me wrestle, just follow my social media. I'm consistently promoting myself, consistently showing everyone where I'm gonna be. Just stay tuned. Again, Instagram, best option. It's Cha-Cha Time. And when everything's all said and done, there's going to be one big party. And we will be celebrating and dancing all night long.
That's right.
It's Cha-Cha time.
Let's go. Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha, muchísimas gracias, man, for giving us your time. This has been absolutely fantastic, man. Once again, from the bottom of our hearts, we truly appreciate it. And we hope you come back. We would love to have you back for another round of interviews, to break down a show, to do anything. Brother, please, you are family of the podcast now. Whenever you want to come back, or if you ever have some time, please let us know, because we would love to do this again with you. And
you guys are my primos, so we're cousins now, so I better be coming back soon.
Bad.
Yeah, brother. All right, man. Well, you have yourself a wonderful night. We'll be in touch, brother. Thank you.
And thank you. Muchísimas gracias. And especially for what you do for our people, man. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for representing. Thank you.
Thank you guys for the platform. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Eddie.
Gracias, Charlie.
For life.
Chat, you man,
That's
brother.
right,
We'll be in
our
touch, man.
guy,
We'll be
cha
talking.
cha.
Later, bro.
Later, guys.
Oh man. Oh, Cha, man. I'm telling you, he's such a sweetheart, dude.
He's
He's
a
the
good
man.
dude, man. He's such a fun dude. He's
Yeah.
very, very engaging and charismatic. He's great. No, what a guy, man. That was fun. That was really, really fun.
Yeah, man. I think you know what it is, especially like I told you, I kept bringing it up, like the chats, the hangouts. He is so down to earth. He was so sweet when we linked up in Orlando, or in Kissimmee rather. And when I got to the show, he introduced me to Nikki and to Riddle and all these folks. Behind the scenes, I got to see them
Awesome.
put up the ring together, like all this stuff, man. It's just it's one step closer to being part of the world that we've always wanted to be part of. You know what I mean? And I mean, our entryway is through the podcast, but to be there in person, to get to meet these folks. And again, he's such a sweetheart. He's always willing to help others. And I think that's really what captivated. Like, if you ever catch him, because I know you've seen his YouTube stuff, but if you ever see it live, he is one of like the biggest underdogs you will ever see, and you'll always get behind him. You'll always get behind him.
That's why he says he wants to be a face, and if he ever does the heel too, that's why he said if, because that's his place. The people behind him. That's awesome, man. That's great. He's fantastic, dude. He's great. If you haven't seen him, go to his YouTube channel and watch his stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But I want to definitely take this time and this opportunity to go ahead and thank all of our listeners. Thank you so much for coming along with us on this ride. We always look at the numbers. We get new followers, new viewership, even comments like, please just keep going.
Interact.
We're here. We're gonna respond.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Like, and again, without y'all, we wouldn't have gotten this far, man. To be able to, speak to the people that we have spoken to, and then at this point, by now you guys would have seen the Ortiz interview as well. You got this one coming, and we got so much more coming down the line. So continue liking, subscribing. Like Ariel always says, smash the button on all platforms, and just go ultimately to primosforlife.com, where you could find everything and anything. And we are in the process of building our merch site, so that's coming soon. Once we get numbers and all that stuff figured out, believe me, you get your hands on an original Primos for Life t-shirt, a podcast cover Primos for Life t-shirt, or the NWO style Primos for Life. And we even got a LAX kind of style in the works as well. So more to come on that. Primo, you got anything to add, my man?
No, man. No, I just want to thank everybody, as you did, for everything. Just reiterate everything you said. Thank you to Cha-Cha Charlie once again for his time and a wonderful interview. I can't wait to go back and listen to it, and can't wait to do another round with him. He was absolutely fantastic. So thank you, everybody, and that'll do it for me. I guess I'll just steal your thunder and take it from you now, and just say, as per usual, thank you. We love you. Couldn't do without you. And nos vemos cuando nos vemos. Gracias.
Yeah. Nos vemos cuando nos vemos. Peace, y'all.
Good night.